Welcome to the sportiest stream. Royalty Series is here once again. Hopefully you all are doing well, because we've got some great action here for all of you EU fans, which actually a good amount of you in this chat right now for our one match up here in. For me, it's the afternoon. For you guys, it's the evening. Our one match up here. It is C4 Space of C4 eSports taking on Emperior. eSports, the one and only team of Emperior, who we've seen on the stream a lot. We've seen both these orgs actually on the stream a good amount of times as well. So this isn't new to us. Thank you for the follow there, vibes. This isn't new to us. These aren't new orgs. These orgs we know. And Emperior themselves are an org that frequents the stream quite often. And whenever Royalty Series is happening, I expect that we're probably going to see them a couple of times this season. But this is week 1 of the Striker Esports EU All-Star 3v3 division. And just like we saw not too long ago, literally I think 2 days ago, with Flawless Vibes and 86 Drift, players have a lot that they want to do here in week 1. They want to get some wins, want to get themselves off to a good start in their season. And my expectations are, so I mean, someone's obviously going to get there, but it just depends on performance goes as well. See how things go. This is going to be fun. I'm excited for this matchup, the start of the season as it is. Again, I'm excited. I'm really looking forward to this. So again, we'll get things underway in just a moment. Week 1, it's Royalty Series. Again, Royalty Series always brings us great action here, and it's been week 1. We've had a lot of matches for Royalty this week. I mean, this is going to be, what, our third, basically, of Royalty Series this week. That's a good amount of matches, considering that I didn't stream much for your Royalty Series at all last season, so I'm gonna get back into the swing of things with Royalty, and I know this is gonna be a very fun time. But again, it's All-Star Division, meaning this is C3GC1. There's probably the high-end ranking of that, at least I'd assume a good couple of them are. And just knowing EU, knowing these teams, the question I really have is, seeing Emperior before, how do they play tonight? Because again, I've seen this team before. They're very different, though. This season, it's a completely different roster, so a completely different playstyle, I would assume, as well, coming with that. And when you have a different playstyle, things are going to really be interesting. As again, I'm looking forward to this, as we'll get these players in just a moment. But again, apologies while we wait still for Emperior Esports and C4 Space, but what a day it is for Royalty Series. We're gonna get, again, I think we're gonna be seeing a good amount of Royalty Series EU in the next couple, maybe the next month or so. Royalty Series is one of the few leagues that actually has an EU division out there that I am part of. I know there's a good amount of EU leagues in general. But it's very tough for me to find them. I'm not very good at finding leagues that are from regions not North America. But again, Rose Series is one of the few leagues out there that I know has an EU division, and quite a popular one as well. So I'm looking forward to this. This is going to be a really fun time. C4 Space and Emperior Esports is already in the lobby. Is C4 with Jacobs SC1, Queen, and Fake Champion. Emperior Esports, we'll see who they have. They also have a 5-player roster, so a couple different player combinations they can go with. I would expect Nitro's going to be one of the few players showing up here. He's the, I think, only one that's stuck around here, because he has been the captain of Emperior Esports the last couple seasons that they've been here. So, obviously, clearly, it's Nitro who kind of makes the calls here, and I would expect that he's likely to, again, be on the field. He rarely doesn't. So, again, along with Nitro, I mean, they got C1, Papa Sparta, Fuxi, and KMW, KM4Ws. As joining in is Papa Sparta, C1, and Nitro. So, Nitro's here, C1's here, Papa Sparta are here, and that means that is everyone. Let's get this match going here. Players already just wanted to join in immediately, so I'm not going to hold them back, but as we'll get our series underway. This is a best of 5 in the Royalty Series. Striker eSports All-Star Division. Here we go. C4 Space take on Emperior eSports, and Emperior eSports, the new Emperior eSports, as C4 eSports also joins back on the stream. So we'll see who can get themselves up to a good start this season here as C4 waiting back. Emperior, you know anything about this team, they've definitely been known to be aggressive at the time. I know in past seasons they've had issues with overcommits. I don't know if that's going to be consistent or not with this team. Again, it's, I believe, a lot of new players for them this season, so I'd expect a completely different playstyle in general than what we've seen before. So expect just, you know, to learn something if you don't know even one of these two rosters here. As let's say from Jacobs will be Nitro in the midfield as C1 unable to get on the end of this. Emperior eSports trying to get themselves a good start on offense. Thank you for the follow, Subnautics. Ninja Sam, thank you for the follow there. Subnautics, Ninja Sam. Welcome to the Spodia stream here, and welcome to Royalty Series action. C1 off the back wall will be Jacob. We'll clear this one away. Nitro in the midfield as this one on target. Queen will get the save, and C4 with a lot of pressure right now to play against, but on defense they've held on quite well. Emperior have not done a great job at winning boost, and if you're going to play the way that they are right now, where you're really playing the midfield, you have to win boost if you're going to score against a team like C4 Space here. As we had another follow come in there, thank you. Nestra, Nastra, Nustra, NXSSTRA, thank you for the follow. And welcome again to the stream here as Papa Sparta, oh actually it was Nitro who had that shot, almost put it in the back of the net. Emperior eSports really showing in game 1 that they are still a very aggressive side. That hasn't changed too much. They have not been able to really do much in winning the boost here, and again, if they're not winning the boost or getting those demos, they're not going to be scoring very much playing this way. As Papa Sparta, though, keeping the offense, that play goes just wide. It will be Fake Champion who's bumped out the way. Offense still for Emperior, but it's straight back to Queen. C1 will get on the up in the way as Emperior eSports, don't have control here. Nitro, who's he's completely panicked here. He thought someone was going to shoot this one. Now he's left all alone. Save. Bumped out. C1 will get the block. We have a rule. We have a rule 1 as well. This 3v3 has now become a 2v2 as C1 will bump out the play. Now he's going to return to 3v3 action as he is going to just tell Papa Sparta to just get back in the play here. Emperior eSports know that in 3v3 they seem to have the advantage right now. Want to really lose that. A matchup as important as this. Week 1, yeah. This is how your season starts. This is really the benchmark for the rest of your season. You want to make sure that you set it high. As here goes Queen. C1 will save. And Jacobs will leave it in the midfield as Emperior eSports have not had a shot in a little while now, as now they'll find some offense. Maybe a late upfield, but again, they need to do more with that offense here as a straight shot on. C4 Space aren't making that many mistakes. They aren't leaving the ball in open room either. Simply put, for Emperior eSports, they're going to have to make C4 Space miss the ball. They're going to have to allow themselves to score and really allow themselves to play it perfectly here. Again, bumps can do it. Demos can do it. Another thing that could potentially do it that we haven't seen much of this game is passing. We have not seen a lot of passing from Emperior. It's really just been a style of jump in, get your shot, and leave immediately. You see that chemistry form, because that chemistry can make things happen as a pass in front. See, one shot was saved away, but no follow-up play for Emperior. And they'll go again. Nitro wins that challenge. Fake Champion, who sit on the back wall, will clear it out here. C4 Space have had very little to speak of in this game in terms of offense. Worrying sign, although their defense has done very well. All they really need, though, is one goal. And I think even against a team like Emperior, who have definitely had the offense so far, one goal against them might be enough to just beat them here in Game 1, as it will be Jacobs SC1 again. Fake Champion. And clear back away by Emperior. Jacob. C1. He'll get past Queen as Papa Sparta on the offense, and to play right to Fake Champion. Nitro, gotta be careful, there might be someone there to bump him, but C4 Space are long gone from offense right now, and Emperior eSports will clear it away again. Time running out, maybe the last chance here in regulation for game 1, and it might go to C4. Demo on 1. Papa Spartak doesn't challenge, and Jacob off the corner. Another demo means Sparta's all alone. The play to the corner, just letting C4 Space run out of time, and we will go to overtime. No goals in 5 minutes of gameplay. And we go to golden goal. We need some extra time to decide this one, as it's the first game of the season for both these sides. And, well, we've already had a pretty impressive overtime 2 days ago. In game 2 of that series, we had the longest overtime in this stream's history, 10 minutes and 14 seconds. And it was an EU matchup between some teams that were playing rather defensively. Although in that matchup there was a team that was playing better on the offense. Still, how defensive are these teams going to want to play in this first game? Maybe not that defensively. Here goes C4! Stopped by Papa Sparta, as Queen may have had the best chance so far for C4 Space. Trying to dip it under that last defender, just could not get enough on it. It was not moving fast enough. And Emperior eSports will now go for their own chance. Stopped by Fake Champion. As here goes Jacob. Off the back wall. Chance to go for Jacob again. That's just wide of the back post. And low boost now for Emperior. I mean, C4 Space have room, but Papa Sparta, great recognition on that challenge. In the C4 Space, we're going to try to play things slowly. Really use that pace I still had, even with no boost, to win that challenge. And this overtime continues because of that play. As here goes Nitro, gets by 1. Papa Sparta, very slow on that challenge. C1's going to have the touch, though. And Emperior eSports, well, you think they should have offense from this play, and they should be able to keep this play in their control for a while. As Papa Sparta, that's going to go all the way back. Nitro can't get to it. Emperior eSports will wait. Maybe waiting a little too much here. We'll pinch it out as C1 and Papa Sparta both went for it. C4 just trying to pull players out. May have just done it to themselves here. Saved by Fake Champion. Right off the post too. That was only a few meters away from going in, and it could have been. That could have been game there for Emperior eSports. They haven't had many perfect chances. This might be one, though. C4 Space will put it in. Jacob says C1. Nitro again. He did this earlier in this game where he waited on the back wall for a long shot. This time they'll recognize it. Get that demo. And Jacob with the finishing touch, the only goal in game 1. And it's an overtime winner. And C4 will benefit here off the starts as the Emperior eSports offense. And they had 12 shots that game and no goals. I mean, it's not much better than C4, who themselves only had 8, but had scored 1. Still, the question I think for Emperior is going to be, you got to get that offense going. They've got to find ways to score, because right now, what they're doing is just not threatening enough for C4 Space. Their offense right now is essentially shoot and leave, and that just doesn't work well at this level. You can't rely on just good shooting to win games. You gotta be able to do a little bit more, especially against teams like C4 who are just not making mistakes right now. They aren't making mistakes, they aren't making that many errors. They aren't giving you a lot of really easy opportunities to look at. Again, for Emperior eSports, the way to win is gonna be through their own work. They've gotta find something to really make life on defense a lot more difficult for C4, else if C4's offense can pick up before Emperior's does, this could be a very short series. For Emperior, still looking for their first goal. That overtime, that was what, like a 7-minute overtime? Sorry, a 7-minute game, 2-minute overtime? C4 having to hold on to defense for that long. Want to get some goals a little earlier here, and Queen might have a chance, although this one is sent straight to Papa Sparta. As here goes Fake Champion. C4 Space on offense early again. Fake Champion. That goes back to Queen as C4 waiting. That's a challenge won by Papa Sparta, but Jacob there. C4 Space just waiting for the play to come to them. As another follow-in from another person. Thank you, Idra was taken. With the Sportiest stream here as Emperior eSports looking for their first goal of the match. Still can't get it here as Jacob missed the ball. C1. Queen, who is left in front of the net. Fake Champion will be there. for space will get this one away as C1 almost missed that play. Playing for control instead here is Nitro will take it the other way. Emperior, either they play that work for them. This might be a good chance, but the play goes straight to Jacob. That will not be a hard clear here as Fake Champion. Light touch out. In goes Queen. 2 players back, and Queen didn't do well to keep that challenge. Jacob doesn't have boost. Oh, it's a miss for Papa Sparta. Nitro to shoot. That will float on in. And after all this time, it was a bad play from Queen who gave the ball up. Jacob panicking with no boost. And a shot that will fall through for Emperior. After what is, I think, basically 8.5 minutes of gameplay. Emperior eSports with their first goal of Season 5. Thank you for the follow as well. I saw, actually, the Prime sub there in Ryan. JW, thank you for the Prime sub as Papa Sparta adds a second to Emperior eSports' lead. Just beating Jacobs to the play there. And Emperior eSports, now they've broken the deadlock. Now they've actually been able to score. Can they keep this going? As we saw from last game, the question was on my mind was who's going to unlock that offense first. But both teams struggled to score last game. They had chances, they just didn't make them work very well. They didn't make their chances work very well. They didn't create great opportunities for themselves. I mean, the big question was who's going to get the offense started sooner. Could it be Emperior? 2 goals isn't enough to convince me. But might be enough to convince them here as I shot on, saved by a great diving effort from Papa Sparta. As Sparta again on the challenge. Leave this one back for Nitro. C1 can't get to it as Jacob. D for space. Race after this. Here goes Fake Champion. That one to the back wall. Queen. Get through C1 as Fake Champion will not win that challenge. Emperior eSports, another play in front of the net here as Jacob can't read this. Will be a chance for Papa Sparta, but unable to score from that angle. Is looking for the drop down pass. Will not be able to get enough on it as C1. Nitro trying to hit C1 midair. He actually was not too far away from that as well. But C4 Space will win that challenge as here goes Queen to find Fake Champion, but Fake Champion couldn't get on the end of this. That ball is rolling dangerously in front of the net. Here goes Nitro. Kept out. Nitro still on this. And C4 Space, it took everyone to get that ball out of the net. They're going to need to pick up the pace here pretty quickly. Time's running out for them here in Game 2. So far for C4, the only goal they've had, that overtime winner in Game 1. Nothing so far in Game 2. As, oh, Fake Champion missed it! It's off the back post! That could have ended Game 2 right there. Emperior eSports, nearly a third. With how slow C4 Space has been playing on the offense, that likely would have been enough to beat them here once and for all. Still, there's a chance to maybe come back, although again, they are low on time. As Queen. Oh, that's gonna go in! It's another terrible challenge from Queen! And another goal for Emperior. We've seen 2 this game where Queen just getting involved in a bad way. That challenge. And the sad reality is for Queen, if they don't challenge that, C4 Space had a player behind them. And that could have been a play that they could have won. But for C4, that is almost certainly going to end Game 2 for them. There's still a minute on the clock here. Simply put, that offense just has not improved from Game 1. And while they may have won Game 1, when you're scoring 1 for 8, you shouldn't expect yourself to win very many games. Jacob will find Queen. Maybe a chance to score here and at least not have a shutout. It's in front of the nets, but Emperior eSports doing a good job of just getting there. As they'll get another from Papa Sparta, who was one of the players who was able to start the scoring in this game, has now added another from long range. And after the silence in Game 1 from the Emperior eSports offense, this game is a lot better for them. 4 goals is a pretty hefty margin. One that Emperior eSports hoping that is going to be consistent for them. A team that's known for, or at least an org that in the past has been known for shooting. Not surprised me that this team is playing in many ways similar to that. As it's 10 seconds to go here, and C4 Space almost gave up a 5th goal in front of the net. But Sforo scoreline will likely stand unless Papa Sparta wants one more. He won't get it. And it will be a tied series here, 1 game each. As Emperior eSports, after a slow game 1, have now picked up the pace in game 2. 4 goals on 12 shots. It's a lot better shooting accuracy. 1 for 3. Very good shooting accuracy as well here. So Emperior eSports playing the way that they want to. Lots of shots, lots of goals. As for C4, still only 1 goal so far this series. Exactly a strong look for their first week if they can't find the back of the net. Against most teams, that's not going to work very well. Your defense can only really hold on for so long if you're C4 Space. Again, game 1 was an incredible effort from them, but it was really an incredible effort to keep the ball out, not put the ball in. And thank you for the follow there, King Catspur. Welcome to Spodia Stream. We've got Royalty Series Week 1 action here with C4 Space and Emperior eSports. As we're heading to Game 3 here, match point on the line. Gotta hand it to Emperior. That offense from Game 2, pretty impressive. It's gonna be very tough to replicate that. Again, the fact that they even have an offense that's working is more than I think what C4 Space can say for themselves right now. In Game 3, it's going to be up to C4 Space to find their offense, because now that Emperior eSports are clicking, C4 Space doesn't answer, and doesn't have their offense get working soon. Emperior eSports are going to continue to do what they did last game. As, oh, that's a great time. C1, Papa Sparta. The fake champion can't shoot this one, and we got a chance to challenge Jacob as Nitro. That one left in the middle of the field as here goes Queen with room. Flip reset. Will use it. Stopped by C1, who will not hesitate to go. Here, eSports. Not winning these challenges right now. It's offense for C4, but that's a big clear from C1. It goes all the way back to Jacobs and will give his team some time. Sparta. Challenged by Queen. Nitro, that is going to go the wrong direction here as C1. That is still dangerously close to the net. Emperior eSports aren't going to let C4 Space have a crack at that one as they collapse on top of the play. And now actually have turned that defense into offense, or could have turned it into offense. Jacob will not let them have much time there. As here goes Nitro. Will find C1. Sidewall, still C1, who has Papa Sparta. Jacob is there for it, and big champion to keep it away. Very much a forward and back affair here as... Oh, we got a disconnect here from fake champion. C4 Space now temporarily lowered to 2 players, and they're going to keep on playing. We've gone already 2 minutes into this game. So you cannot restart now as here goes fake champion. They're already back in. Actually, it says they left. I wonder if they went for a card change. I don't think they did. I think they just disconnected. But they're back. No damage here done to C4 Space. And it almost looks like as if they're playing as if they didn't even realize he was gone. Although, obviously, they definitely saw that. Still, no goals here in Game 3 as Jacob, chance here. Queen can't catch up to this as C1 will keep the play. Gets by out the first challenge. Papa Sparta wanting the call will get their chance. Leaves it under fake champion. Queen now the challenge. It's going to go in front of the nets, but Jacob waiting, just trying to pull players out. That play from C1 off the back of the wall. Queen pushed out of the way. Nitro's got an opening here. Sparta trying to get it, but it is Jacob in the way. And C4 Space will get some time here. A chance to shoot! A chance to go in! Emperior eSports could not read a very heavy bounce off the back wall. And fake champion saw it all the way and never stopped going. Our 2 minutes left. C4 saw in Game 1 they can win on only 1 goal. Game 3, they're not looking to let that happen though, as that play easily kept out by C1. Here goes Emperior the other direction. As it's just C1 here. Save away. as big champion. Nitro and C1 both challenge. Here goes Queen, who finds the side of the wall. It will be Jacob, Papa Sparta. It's a great play for Queen here. This is going to go to the back of the wall. It's just missed the net. A great opportunity nonetheless here, and C4, they've been looking for more plays like that. Here goes Papa Sparta. Queen saves, and you know C4 want that second goal. They would rather not have to play 1-0 up, because they know they're not exactly the team that's been scoring often in this series. Oh, not a good touch from Queen. Papa Sparta now playing the challenges. Queen, the last one back, as Nitro finds C1. Oh, they shot it high! It was a wide open net for C1. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that for Emperior eSports, and yet they still don't have it. C1 missed its target. And who knows if they'll get another chance like that at the end of this game. Queen. Nitro to go to nets. Papa Sparta on a demo. That's bounced off the back wall. And will stay away from the Emperior eSports offense. Here away. Nitro has it. Needs to find a teammate here, but nobody going for it. Emperior eSports all on the back wall as C1 that clear. Jacob in the middle of the field. Nitro. Papa Sparta still midfield here. Emperior eSports need this ball in the blue half, but it won't happen as fake champion with their second, their team's second, and a go-ahead goal here. 4 seconds left, and C4 Space may take match point from this. Emperior eSports, no more chances to take game 3. C4 Space now lead the match 2-1. 2 chances to win the whole thing as one more goal, this time from Jacobs. C4 Space still struggling to find goals at times, but eSports have shown a lack of consistency that is very worrying for them. For C4, now on match point. Just need one more win to take this one. But we go to game 4 and see if C4 Space can win this matchup. Again, I'm excited for game 4. I'm excited to see if there's any chance they can come back in this one. But for now, game 3 ends just like that. Game 4 up next. Match point for C4 Space to win the series. So we go to game 4. Proceeding for Space. Now having taken game 1 and game 3. They don't want to go to Champions Field. Game 5 would be it'll be an entertaining start to the season for me, and I'm sure for a lot of you out there, but if I know anything about players in Rocket League, they don't want game 5. They don't want that position. C4 Space have a chance here to avoid that entirely. As Queen off to a solid start. It's a good first effort here. Will force Emperior eSports to jump as fake champion. Make them miss, but Mitchell will be there. And we saw last game a couple of off the back wall that were just a little tougher for players to read from Emperior. Some heavy touches, some hard bounces they weren't expecting. For Space, looking to see if they can keep testing Emperior eSports until something falls apart. As Papa Sparta, fake champion, will find Jacob, who gets to the top, gets it to the ceiling. Big champion. That's a great bump, but we not on the same page here, and Emperior eSports actually will go down the field. Pass across! That's off the back post, and it goes wide. Very nearly the start to game 1 C4 Space we're looking for. Or sorry, Emperior eSports looking for C4 Space. Spreading that outcome. But it goes just off the back post for them. And they will be saved here early on from an Emperior eSports advantage. With only attack still here, Nitro will find C1, Emperior. Watching a little too much of that ball. Resting for the net, a bit of respect given to C4 Space that obviously they shouldn't have given, because considering C4 Space gave them an opening there. Rarely have we seen C4 Space make any catastrophic errors. That could have been one. If Emperior eSports were playing a little bit more aggressively. As it stands, it's a 1-0 lead! Oh my goodness, Jacob! I don't know how you know where that ball's going, but he finds a way to read C1, Jacob SC1, with the first goal of Game 4. And it goes to C4 Space. On offense still here. Now goes Papa Sparta. Queen saves it. As Emperior eSports cleared away again. Fake champion. Challenging Papa Sparta. Here he goes again. Fake champion. Flip reset with room. It will bounce in. As Papa Sparta couldn't get on the end of it in time. It's another for C4. I don't even think she got the flip reset there. That play just bounced. In the net is. Uh-oh, we may have had a disconnect. We good? Alright, the lobby's. I think we're good. I don't know what that was. That was a new one. I've never seen that before. That might have been. Hopefully Rocket League didn't just break itself from doing that. Always after a new update, there's always some interesting bugs that we always get to see on stream. Rarely do I ever actually see bugs before I stream matches. That might have been one of them. As often in the net again, Queen with a third. I don't know if it's Rocket League who's doing that or if it's my internet. My stream's still running. I think it's Rocket League. Well, at the very least, it's not affecting the players here, and it's not affecting T4 with a 3-goal lead. Is hello, Legend. Nice to see you in chat. Oh, what a miss here! I won't be no, it will be! Nitro gets there faster. I thought Big Champion had the save on that, but Nitro will get there a little bit faster as it's a huge blunder from Jacobs SC1. And Nitro on the end of it. 2 minutes to go. Emperior eSports need all the goals they can get at this point. Game's been a little sloppy at times for C4, but when they're holding the lead, they're holding the advantage. It'll be very tough to catch up to them. As Jacob demoed away. Here goes Queen. Big Champion. Inch on the floor will be C1 to clear it up in the field. Emperior eSports putting it on targets will be saved away by Fake Champion, C1. As it is Fake Champion again, Nitro to clear as Queen will catch it, saved away as Papa Sparta off the sidewall, Nitro. And Emperior eSports putting in some plays in front, a couple bumps made as well. We haven't seen a lot of that so far this game, and for Emperior, they need as much help as they can get. A minute to go. They've got to find chances soon, or else this series will be over, as Papa Sparta doesn't read it. Fake Champion. C1. Will now be the play for Nitro here, as Emperior eSports. Queen. Papa Sparta. And that's going to go to the middle of the field. It will be C4 who stay on this. As it will be another in. Fake Champion looking to ice this game here. Emperior eSports sent everyone upfield. With 21 seconds left in the game. Feels like it might be all over here for Emperior eSports in their Week 1 matchup. It is C4 Space, who they actually didn't get the offense going first in the series, but Emperior eSports, just a lack of consistency, will bring them down here. C4 Space, by the end of this game, have kind of gotten into their routine, gotten into their groove. Very different looking than how they looked in Game 1 and in Game 2. This is the C4 Space we should expect this season. I think that offense is going to be just fine after all. For now, they win Week 1, a 3-1 scoreline. They will not complain about this. As soon as this ball hits the floor, the series will be over. And it will be C4 Space who start their season 1-0. Three games to 1. And C4 Space be more than happy with this victory, more than happy with this performance. Again, with how they're feeling, how they're playing, be just fine, I think. As long as they can get themselves a bit of a stronger start in a lot of these matches, maybe they don't have their offense starts a little bit earlier. That's it, really. Is all really that really they struggled with this series. Once they got going, they were the better team, clearly. And thank you for the follow there, Cardi. So much. Welcome to somebody's stream. As we again get to see C4 Space, a good start to their season. I would definitely like to see them more as the season progresses. Again, congrats to them. Very, very impressive performance here in the World Series All-Star Division. As we're going to get an interview here with some of the players of C4 Space. But again, I'm excited for the rest of the season if this is how things are going to start, because you know it's going to get competitive. It's going to get quite incredible by the end of the season. As again, congrats to C4. They looked great. And again, we're going to get an interview with them as well. They wanted one, so we'll get them to join us here. As hello there, Silencer. Thank you for the follow there, King Potatoes. Welcome to the Spodia stream. Nice to see you here. Again, we're gonna get an interview with C4. I know they're trying to make, I think, a group for this. But again, as soon as we get into that group, we'll get them added in here for a quick little interview here. As there we go. Let's get them to join us here. Welcome in, C4 Space. A Week 1 performance that I'm sure you'll be happy with. A bit of a slow start there, but yeah, you get your win. It looks very good by the end of it here. A strong performance. How are you feeling here?
Honestly, fantastic. I think me and my beautiful team over here did absolutely great. Obviously, we had a little problem at the start with our, good defending, and then the second
bro, we didn't warm up, bro. What do you mean?
But other than that, for TFC, I think we did really well.
Yeah, we did. Yeah,
I
agree.
I saw it too. You guys played well. You can't be too unhappy with that one. But you mentioned it, Game 1, a very slow performance here, and I'm trying to figure out who is who. I can see there's Jacobs. Who goes by what username in here?
I'm McQueen.
Adder is McQueen or
no, not McQueen.
We have Jacob, and then we have Wesley, and then we have me. I'm the manager of the team.
Yeah, so Wesley is the fake champion.
Fake champion person. Yes.
Cool. Well, now I know who is who. That makes things easier. They don't tell me Discord usernames in their multi-series.
I get them.
They just tell me their player usernames, and it's usually their epic names. So, as you're coming to this one, but yeah, it was a bit of a slow start here. You guys had a tough time. Jacobs, you got that first goal in Game 1 overtime. It was a very slow start. Your offense really struggled in Game 1. Both teams struggled in Game 1 to get shots, but you guys definitely had some issues here in Game 1 and in Game 2. What happened at the series? Was just a slow start, new season, trying to kind of get rid of the rust. I know a lot of teams in Week 1 usually kind of throw it away as kind of a warm-up week. Is that what happened here, at least in those first couple games?
well, none of us was on to begin with. We literally hopped on like what 10 minutes before that.
Let Jacob answer this, please. This is
Wait,
for
what?
Jacob. Well, okay. Okay. So
No, I mean,
Jacob, if you want, I'll answer it. To be honest, in the first game, I've seen this team play a little bit rough on the offense as well. They tried to play a lot of defense. It worked. I'm not gonna lie, it worked. But then when game 2 was about to start, I've told them like, you guys do need to play more offense, because with defense, they're not gonna win the entire series. And I think at the beginning in the first game as well, both teams were struggling because both teams are really good. Because the shots were, well, most of the time on target, but it's just that both defense as well, again, were just really nice to see. And then as well for you, Jacob, you scored that one goal. Kind of a rough goal, I'm not gonna lie, in my opinion. But to be honest, it's Rocket League. A goal is a goal, as I would say. But yeah, that's my opinion on the first game, Jacob. If you have anything to add
I
on
agree.
that.
I mean, the first couple of games I was playing a bit slow, but I adapted after the first two.
Yeah, you definitely have shown this here as well, but kind of got into the groove of things. I think I saw the biggest change from Queen specifically in the series as the games went on. Queen, was there a specific moment? It felt like there was a change between Game 2 and Game 3. Game 3 on out, you guys really didn't look... You looked like the far better team. Was there a specific change between those games that happened? What was it that kind of changed this team? Because obviously, by the midpoint of the series, you guys kind of looked a bit weak, but you kind of pulled things back. You pulled yourself back, you got things going, and Queen, I saw the biggest difference in you. What was that shift in games 2 and 3?
I think it was just having fun. I think it was just no. I think it was just having fun. Really, it was like I just had fun. I was just doing whatever I wanted, having my mechanics, passing, and everything like that. It was just fun for me. Good
Well, you were
experience.
passing to the opponents, but
Yeah. Well,
but
it's passing,
fine.
but not
It's fine, but then as well, I think as well, like every game that they played after the match, when we were in the Discord call, of course, I went on Defen, and I'm not sure if you as well, Sporty, I don't know if you cast Premier as well in Royalty Series.
I do whenever I get the chance to, but not as often. But I do know what Premier's like. What about it?
Okay, yeah, because I'm in the Premier. I'm in C4 only at that in that well, rank, as you can call it, division. So I just told them like match after match, like, okay, you guys need to focus on this more. You guys need to speed up or slow down, or as well again go on defense or go on offense. And I think as well that changed how they looked at the game. And to be honest, as well as I heard already, from Adder, you guys didn't actually like warm up. They've played like the whole afternoon, but then after that, they did took a break, which I get. So it was kind of it was a rough start, but it was good that they've won the first match. So they do, like, if they actually like lose one match, then it's fine. They should be good, and that's what happened at that point. So as well again. For all three of you in here. And then also, I'm gonna say it, we do have two other players as well, Antonio and Chris. Antonio is right now watering his garden, but still, I wanna get him in this because he's still part of the team, and Chris was here the entire time in the call as well. Want to thank them both as well to support the team. And then for you three, really good job in my opinion. I'm proud, and we're gonna smash this whole tournament like we did last season.
Last one. I'm sad I didn't play in the finals last season. I will say that.
Yeah, no, I get that. But we'll work on that. Trust me.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds more like a coach pep talk rather than an interview.
Yeah, sorry.
I haven't had to do much back here, and that's a rarity here for me. But I have no problem with it. Again, you guys are confident. You guys played well here. Fake champion. Obviously, as Wesley here has said, you guys have high expectations, high hopes for yourselves here coming into this matchup. Is this week one? Obviously, I'm going to assume is not going to be the same team we'll see by the end of the season, and not literally. I mean, like in a figurative sense, playstyle wise. I know this team is going to adapt as the season goes on. Now that you guys have those high hopes for yourselves here, that you are probably high hopes that you guys set now this season and needed last season, does that change the way you look at the Royalty Series overall? Does that change the way you look at the goals that you have coming up?
Well, hopefully this season we actually win it instead of coming second.
Yeah,
Okay.
true. True. True.
Well, I wasn't here last season, so
Yeah,
I'm not
me and-
sure. I'm not sure on how it goes on their behalf, since, like Ada said, that he came second. But the way how it's most likely gonna go, we're probably gonna go over the reviews, VOD, sorry, and we're just gonna look over how we played and how we can improve our style, how we can, adapt to each other again. Because yes, we did have some issues there and there. We had like double commit, things that we should have trusted each other on. But that's a part of the game. We're learning, we're trusting. So definitely, yeah, we still got a little bit to learn, but hopefully this is going to be the main team for now. But for the
I hope
future,
so.
it might change.
No, I hope this is the main team. I like this team in general.
Yeah.
If I can add on that, for now, probably it will be, and as well as what Sporty said, next week will be completely different. But again, I'm gonna repeat Westy as well. We're gonna watch over replays, get the double commits out, because those were horrible to watch in my opinion. But hey, doesn't matter now. Yeah, it's just we need a lot to learn, but I think every single team, doesn't matter in which rank you are, you need to learn a lot, and it's always good to learn a lot.
Well, for now, this team has had you'll be happy with this one here for C4 Space. A strong start, though, to your season. 3-1, you can't be unhappy with that. So we're going to get some shoutouts here, end off our matchup here with all of you. So there's 4 of you, so I'm going to try to go through this quickly, but we'll get some shoutouts with all of you here. We'll start with Wesley here. Do you have any shoutouts? Anything you want to say here?
This shoutout mainly goes for the person that's been there for me for a while and is currently watching the stream. Hey, cats. Nice to see you. That would be King Potatoes. So yeah, those shoutouts for him.
I'll give him a follow.
Of course,
Okay.
there. Thank you very much there, Wesley, aka Fake Champion. I don't know why I'm using your Discord name now. I was staring at it and I was like, oh yeah. Then move to.
You might as well
It-
use it. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
easier.
you might as well. It's easier.
Oh, I usually take the in-game names because it's easier that. We'll now move to Jacobs. Do you have anything you want to say? Anything you want to add to that?
Could you follow my Twitch? Same as my Discord.
There you go. There you go. Go support the Twitch channel of Jacobs.
Same as my Discord. I was in your chat.
Jacob SC1, right?
Yeah, Jacob as you want.
Yeah, I put it in the
Yeah.
chat. My name is 5Farah on that.
There you guys
That's
go.
just it.
I'm sure a lot of people watching though are your
hello.
fans, so I'm sure they already know that. If they don't, now they do. As we'll now move into FLJT, or I guess manager FLJT.
Farah, yes.
Farah, there we go. I don't know how to.
To be
pronounce
honest, nah, it's fine. It's fine. Doesn't matter. I'm not gonna do a shout out. I'm just gonna say that I'm proud of y'all, and we're gonna keep going. Doesn't matter how we'll end. And I'm happy that I can coach you all and that I can be there with you all. So let's just get this tournament going and go for the win here, because I know y'all can do it. I trust in y'all.
We'll end things off here with Queen. Do you have anything you want to say here to kind of end off what is a successful week 1 for C4 Space?
Adder. Sorry, what? Sorry, I wasn't listening.
Your shout out.
Queen's falling asleep on us here.
Yeah, I was asleep. I don't have a shout out. No one's in chat, I know. So yeah.
No worries. You don't.
Not really
have to-
much I can say to this, really.
You don't have to shout out anyone if you don't feel like you have anyone out there to shout out. For now, all I can say is congratulations on your week 1 win here, C4 Space. Congrats to all of you, and hopefully we'll see you again in the future. For now, have a good rest of your evening. Take care, and hopefully we'll see you.
You too. Thank you.
Yes.
That's C4 Space there, who got to join us there. Going to be a very lively bunch if we get to see them again. They're a fun team to stream. But for now, that is it for us and World Series EU action. Thank you so much for joining us today. Have an amazing rest of your night here. As again, fun happening as well. But for now, be good rest of your evening, everybody. Take care, be well, and thank you so much for joining us for Royalty Series Action. Have a good rest of your night there to all of you in EU, and for all of you in NA, a lot of my normal fans. Have a good rest of your afternoon. We'll see you in the evening.